I have watched in my profession socialist Marxist ideology destroy it. And yet it didn't used to always be that way. Nurses loved their job, or did. When we had teamwork, and I just remember it being great at one time. And then I watched how these hospitals all monopolized through the years. And it was getting worse, and it was getting worse, and how C-suite was aligning all with the socialists. And the thing is, and this is the reason I've never voted for a Democrat, is you guys are about fake empathy. You don't care. The Democrat socialist agenda, they will never change. They just switch over parties. I'm not saying the people. There's many people that have seen the truth, that care, and they've, gone. I'm talking about these elites, though, like this ARC that Jordan Peterson started, that this British elite who is all about these socialists. It's just like Bill Ayers, Obama's friend. Okay, they do not change their ideology. They just switch the names and say, we're conservative now and we'll try to warp our ideas in. And all of your ideas have destroyed healthcare. Like, you burn people out. You too. I mean, nurses have left the profession on a mass level because we don't have people that are in leadership that hold themselves accountable, even at the very top. To this day, American Nurses Association does not come out and say, we're sorry, we were wrong in pushing and supporting transgenderism on youth, because the studies have been corrected. Yes, they were lied. Those studies that said that children would kill themselves if they didn't transition, everybody knew that was a lie, except the people that wanted to push it. And the new studies, they came out just in the last couple of days saying, no, it's quite the opposite, actually. But to this day, the people that head up my profession do not get to set the standard of care, do not even hold themselves accountable. Like, all of this socialism you brought in, all of this DEI, all of this critical race theory, this craziness with the trans on youth, and yet all at the same time, over the past, 5, 6, 7 years, you have been cutting staff. And yet what I see socialists do is you want to make people miserable. You come on the heels that it's about wanting to make everything equal and everybody have the same, so everybody's happy. But all you ever do is make everyone miserable. Like, it wasn't enough. Like, I've seen it get worse and worse in nursing, and you burn people out. You burn hard workers out. People that love what they're doing, and you burn them out. And it's like you want to burn them out. It's like you're not happy unless they're totally miserable, unless they're crying on their way to work, unless they're afraid. And no nurse, even in psych, should have to be afraid at work because there's no one to call, and she's not even allowed to call the police. That's no way. That is not safe. It's not normal. And yet all of that shit has become normalized. And then you burn out the people that love what they're doing and have worked the hardest in it. You burn them out. And then they don't want to go to work. Or they quit. Or they just don't care anymore. So when I see the very people like the British investor that is all about reinventing liberalism and socialism and liberalism, creates this arc with Jordan Peterson, and see how there's these Republicans that are even on the advisory board there, then is it any wonder that American citizens, people like me, are still being silenced? Because who there in Washington is besides Donald Trump, is doing anything for the people? You don't want to. You don't. Socialists want to destroy. So then when these people go and align with this arc, then it tells me you want to destroy too. Because you're agendas and your ideology has literally made people miserable, has broken people. People that are hard workers, people that are willing to take on even more than they should ever have to, but they'll do it without any gratitude at all. You would think that an employer would care that you're afraid. But no, instead they tell you can't call the police. Can't call the police if you don't have enough staff. You have to stay there and get beat up. In what world is that normal? That's what socialism does. That's what Marxism does. And here's the thing, if the socialists and the Marxists truly cared, because that's always how they bring it, is that we care, we want everybody equal and happy, and that's why in history it never works. If that was really true, then you would look what you've done to America. What you've done from the government level all the way into the private sector. What you've done to people's lives. And you would say, no, I'm not going to create an ark. You know what? Like if somebody's truly about caring, then they would step back and say, no, we made a whole bunch of mistakes. We need to let other people, but you don't. Because you don't want to help. You just want to continue to make people miserable. You people, Mike Johnson, Pam Bond, you people get on the news. Why are any of you on the news? Aren't you supposed to be working for the people? Why are any senators aligned with the ARC or on the advisory board for it? Because you want to make Americans more miserable? Because if you truly wanted Americans to have America back to whatever it was, at least before it was where it is, where it's gone to, then you wouldn't be wasting your time with organizations that are tied to British elites that are all about reinventing social liberalism. I mean, there's no accountability, right? And I'm not even just talking about Epstein. I'm talking about nobody has even held themselves accountable at the level of nursing leadership or the medical profession. No, everybody just, okay, so we hurt a bunch of children. We shouldn't have done all this. And how can you expect anybody to ever have any respect for you or even begin to think they're going to have any faith in your organizations when you can't even hold yourselves accountable? Because you all got on board with this sick ideology and you won't even hold yourselves accountable to this day. No, instead, the holy Mike Johnson and Senator Mike Lee and Dianne Crenshaw decide, no, we're going to help restore. We're going to restore civilization as if they're gods, right? And we're going to get on board with somebody that funded the ARC, that is a socialist liberal, is about reinventing socialist liberal. So who is Mike Johnson? Who are any of you people? Because where are the JFK files? Trump signed that on January 23rd, but on the site where you can go see, there's no moving with it. Americans are forgiving people. Most Americans are hard workers for not even nearly the enough pay that we should get. And we will go to a breaking point. And then we say, we don't want to participate anymore because you silence us anyway. And who there in Washington really gives a shit when we're still being shadow banned?